going on, guys? See how well this works. I'm actually really nervous about this. Did some tests earlier, and it worked, but I'm getting an error. I got an error last time, but it still worked. But you know, I'm still messing around with bit rates and stuff. It doesn't like the widescreen aspect ratio. It tells you there's an error. So, see how it looks, see how it works. It looks good to me. We got a little bit higher of a bit rate than we did last time. It's only 30 FPS this time. Yeah, we've made some adjustments, is what I'm saying. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I have black bars now. Black bars on which platform? I'm gonna check all the streams. There it was. There it was. Oh, man, earlier I didn't have black bars. Why do I have black bars now? Why are you doing that to me? Oh, weird. So when you watch it in the normal player, you don't get black bars. When you go into theater mode, you get black bars. When you watch it on a phone and you hold it vertical, you do get black bars. When you hold it horizontal, you don't get black bars. Really interesting. Full screen on PC, YouTube makes bottom and top. Oh, yeah, obviously, if you're watching on a 16:9 screen, you're gonna get black bars because it's a widescreen. That's going to happen. You gotta fill it with something. Yeah, theater mode gives you black bars. Non-theater mode doesn't. Which is interesting. Huh. We're learning. That's what these tests are for. When are you gonna finish your basement, dude? I'm just waiting on people. Yeah, so I'm on the iPad. I get black bars on the iPad. I think we might stick with it for a little bit. I don't hate it. I have black bars for both on the phone. I opened it on the phone earlier. Can you try pinching and zooming in? See if that gives it. See if that zooms it in. When you're on horizontal, at least. No bars in any direction on my phone. What kind of phone? Wired Canuck. What kind of phone do you have? Makes it more cinematic. Well, this is just the aspect ratio that we shoot our YouTube videos on, you know? By the way, let's see the latency. Let's give it a couple more minutes. Let's wait until we have some more people in here. And then let's test the latency. Guys, if you just popped in, you know, do me a favor, hit the like button. That'd be really great. I'd really appreciate that. Black bars look kind of clean. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but you can see on here, like on my dashboard. Like, let me, I can't. This is all plugged in. I don't want to pull out a power cable or an Ethernet cable. But, you know, on here, I have this big yellow bar. This is error. You need to change the video resolution. The current resolution is 2560 by 1280, which is not supported. But then it works. So, and like you only get black bars on half the platform. So, I think I might stick with it. How's the quality looking, guys? What do you think about the image quality? We beefed it up to 13,000 kilobits per second. We were at 10 last time. We also dropped it down from 60 FPS to 30 FPS. I think it looks pretty good. I'm on 3440 by 1440, looks great. I'm at 1440p, bars aren't an issue. This is better quality than my own eyes. Dude, I think we're finding it. See, this is why we do this. This is why we run these tests, so that you guys don't have to. This has just been a week's worth of test streams. We did 4K last Saturday, which was great, but there was a 20-second delay. This one, last stream was 1440 60 at a little bit of a lower bit rate than I would have liked. This one we beefed up the bit rate a little bit. Changed it to 1440p 30 and made it a little bit extra wide. Still feeling the wrongfully subjective burn, by the way. What's the ratio? 2-to-1. This is what we shoot all of our YouTube videos in 2-to-1 ratio. So it's technically not 1440p because the vertical scan, the vertical pixel number is 1280. All you have to do is remove 1440 and shrink it down to 1280. I probably could have, I wonder what would have happened if I, instead of shrinking down the vertical, if I had extended the width and made it, what is this, 1440, 2880. Instead of 2560, made it 2880 by 1440p. That would have been interesting. Maybe we'll try that next stream, just for fun. See if that doesn't freak anything out. Looks a little pixelated at 5120 by 1440. Oh, okay. QHD, 30 FPS, VP9 encoded on my 60. Looks incredible. Good. Good. Yeah, the VP9, I got to learn more about the YouTube encoders. I do believe that, there are 2 encoders, right? There's VP9 and what else? And the ultra low latency does the other encoder that doesn't look as smooth. Which honestly, like this higher crisp, we got that 1440p, we got ultra wide, we got a better encoder, that higher resolution, and all we're losing is we're going from about 5 seconds of latency to 9 seconds of latency. Let's test the latency. Let's test it, all right? Let's see. I feel like it's not, I feel like this screen is not seeing it in real time. That is not, come on. Give me real time. Let's see, real time there? Because it should be faster on my computer than my iPad. And my computer is behind my iPad, so I don't trust that. Let's just see how far behind the iPad is. All right. Let's see. And start. That was 6 seconds of latency. Dude, we're in 1440p with 6 seconds of latency. I'm feeling okay about this. Considering I got 5 to 6 seconds of latency in 1080p. VP9 is your AVC is older, has wider hardware support. I'm on NVIDIA Shield. It's ready for VP9. All modern phones, computers should be all set. Sick. Favorite Pokemon game? Favorite Pokemon game is probably Let's Go. As someone who played the hell out of Pokemon Red and Yellow growing up, but mostly Red. I put so many hours into Red. It was everything that Red should have been. And by that, I mean, obviously, like, we have newer, you can't do that with tech from 1996, but like, if you were to perfect Pokemon Red, or I guess Pokemon Yellow is more accurate. If you were to perfect Pokemon Yellow, I think they nailed it. Has Harris been hitting the gym? Not as much as I would like, no. I'm still going to physical therapy for stuff trying to fix my shoulder. I haven't been able to do shoulder workouts in a couple months. 1440p looks great on my phone. How many of you guys have 1440p phones? But yo, ICLY beats. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I put 100 hours into Let's Go. Favorite anime? Forever? Favorite anime at the moment? Naruto got me into anime. But I love Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is like a popular one. Oh, of course, like everybody loves Demon Slayer, but it is really good. There's a reason everybody loves it. But one of my favorites that I've watched, season 1 of at least, I think 3 times now, is Kaguya-sama Love is War. That is I know it's semi-popular, but it's still a gem. It's still a little bit of a hidden gem for a lot of people. You ever bringing back your wholesome tees? We're going to do, we got some other merch coming up. We might bring it, maybe someday we'll do a throwback to it, but I don't think we're going to sell those ones anymore. Oh, Dragon Ball Z is like a childhood anime. I wouldn't really put in the same category because I watched it in English as a kid, It just felt like a cartoon. Knowing what you already know about building a multi-purpose HQ, what would you do differently for HQ2? Well, we haven't built this one yet. So, as of right now, I have no idea. Nothing? This stream will be widely watched. I've got to, I have got to kick it into gear for the shorts on this channel. It's crazy how when you start posting daily, YouTube just starts feeding them into the algorithm. And it's been almost a week since I posted my last short, and I've been punished for it on YouTube. You have to stay consistent or else YouTube just kicks you out. I got up to a point where one day I hit almost 500 subscribers in a day on this channel, just from shorts, only from shorts. And then I got super, super busy with, I traveled to LA and I've been working on, we got some serious alpha gaming stuff coming up and this plays, and got some Stream Beats things coming up and haven't made a short in a little bit. And just like that, YouTube's like, all right, get him out of there. DBZ is hard to watch in English since the voice acting is bad, but I don't know, I grew up on those voices. It's hard for me to watch Goku in any voice other than that one dude's voice, it's an iconic voice. What's up, Quentin? The YouTube app doesn't let me pick a setting. Let me see what it says on here. No, on my YouTube app, I've got 1440p. I was actually watching in 1080p. I just boosted it up to 1440. Let's see if I notice any difference on the iPad. I don't remember the resolution of the iPad screen, so I don't know how much of a difference I'll see. But, and I think on my phone I saw 1440p. It's definitely available for 1440p on a lot of devices. Do you have an older device where your screen is only 1080p resolution? Then you won't, there's no reason for you to change it anyway. The 100 Thieves. Oh yeah, how many of you guys saw the 100 Thieves video that I was in? Ryan was in it too. Can I just say from Deku from My Hero Academia sounds Japanese and English? I think he sounds way worse in English. We saw the movie with the gauntlet, whatever that movie was. We went and saw it in theaters and didn't realize that it was dubbed. And I couldn't enjoy it. I thought it was going to be subbed. Yeah, dude, we were in a 100 Thieves video, so I couldn't say anything. There's still things I can't say, but you'll find out this week. I will say that was one of two 100 Thieves videos we were in. 2160 by 16. Okay, so we've got the vertical resolution there, just not quite. So we wouldn't honestly even be able to watch in 1440p anyway. I'm probably only watching in about 1080p because the long resolution. Wait. Newer iPads. What about the 12-inch iPad Pro? What's the resolution of that? Hold on. What is that? I don't even know. 12-inch iPad Pro. Probably should have looked up screen resolution. Screen resolution. 12.9 inch. Okay, no. 2732. Okay, so yeah, we can watch in full 1440p resolution on this. The 12-inch, the 12.9 inch one is large enough to actually watch in 1440p. Good to know. Not quite enough to watch in 4K. Hundred Thieves Stream Dock. Yeah, so we got. You'll hear another. Like we saw a lot of comments in the 100 Thieves video. There's like, why was it just glossed over that Harris was in this video? He was just like, my name was said like once in the video. Like, why? Just wait for the next one. We had to adjust the release times of some things. What is live chat versus bro chat? I have no idea. $12K HDR widescreen streams when? Yeah, when I get that Blackmagic Ursa Mini 12K camera. Let's see how wide. Let's get this super wide. Now it looks like a real widescreen stream. What do you think about that? Does that feel like a widescreen stream? Is this what you want to see? Just button A6400? Dude, A6400s are great. All the Sony A series cameras are awesome. It's kind of nice also because then I can go all the way out wide and it doesn't show as much of the microphone, you know? Can YouTube handle 21:9? I think so. I think I saw some YouTube videos of people doing that. I mean, if it can handle 2:1, why wouldn't it be able to handle 21:9? This is kind of one of the things that I'm starting to enjoy more about YouTube is its flexibility. It's been a video platform and it's been a more robust video platform for so much longer. At the end of the day, this kind of stuff doesn't make the content better, but it's fun that there's like a new frontier that like this last week, these streams I've gotten to experiment with a little bit more, you know? You look lost in that much space? Oh no, where am I? I'm lost. No, it's great. I love having this much space. Which mic are you using? This is a Rode NTG4 Plus, plugged straight into the camera. We're streaming on the Sony FX3 right now. You can't really see it. Even if I show you this way, you're not going to be able to see it because how much light is behind it. But I'll try anyway. See if you can see this at all. Hold up, hold up. Come on. Can you see that at all? Hold on, let me cover my face. There we go. Trying to make my phone in focus here. You can kind of see. Whatever, whatever. With this big old microphone on it, by the way. It's the best I got. It's the best I got. Just got an A7 III. Tips for streaming with it. Plug it in and go. It's great. It's an awesome camera. I've used this for streaming. Which is essentially the same thing. The A7C is basically the same thing as the A7S III. We used it for streaming. It was perfect. Had no problems with it. It can do 4K 30 if you want, which can be really cool. Or make sure if you want to get the full sensor, if you go to 4K, it'll crop in the sensor a little bit. So if you want that full frame sensor, make sure you're setting it to 1080p. That'll make a big difference. When's the podcast coming out once we finish this space? We got a couple podcasts coming out. I've been wanting to start podcasts for a while. One of them is, I want to start a podcast with Kenzie. That's like the main podcast I want to start is the one with Kenzie. I also want to start one other one with my buddy of mine that I invest in real estate with. As two people who used to be completely broke and took some serious risks and went out and kind of forged our own path and now we still hang out and he's a successful real estate investor and you know I'm a successful entrepreneur. Like it's fun to hang out and talk about more ideas. Now we have opportunities, like all the ideas we used to have, like okay, we could do this idea but it would cost, you know, 3 years of wages to even start this project, so we can't do that. And now like we have all these ideas and be like, let's do it. Like I just had another business idea recently, like in the last month that I'm starting to pursue right now. Because I know I can cover the software development costs, you know? How's the HomePod Mini sound compared to the regular HomePod? I've never used the original HomePod, but these sound pretty good. I'm really impressed with the quality of the HomePod Mini. We've got two in the, we got 2 in our kitchen on either side, and we set them up as a stereo pair, and dude, that place sounds incredible. I'm really pumped for them to add the software control to this, so that you can set it up as a stereo pair for your Apple TV. Basically make it a sound bar. I want to see how that sounds. You should make a second channel where you do more personal videos and stream on that channel as well. Grayson, I'm doing it. Brilliant idea. What would I do without you? Do you have any clue if the G7X Mark II? The G7X. I have zero. I have no idea. Is that one of their like more little point and shoot kind of things with the integrated lens? I have no clue. I know that Canon and Sony have done the best job of actually integrating, like more and more of their cameras. Like their list of cameras is so long compared to all the other ones. Is this a Sony A7 III? No. So this is the FX3, and then I've got 3 Sonys. So the FX3 and we got the A7S III, which are essentially the same camera with some slight differences. But so the 2 main cameras we use are the FX3, which is their cinema camera, and the A7S III. And then I do, for extra little shots, I'm gonna be picking up a handful more of these for the stream room. This is what I'm filling the stream room with, is a bunch of A7Cs, which is essentially the same camera as the A7 III, just in a smaller body. Big fan, you're the reason I found ambition within myself to start streaming journey. Dude, good luck with everything. Perry from the 5. What audio recorder do you use? I don't use an audio recorder. I go from this microphone directly into the camera. So the FX3 comes with an audio interface that like plugs directly into the hot shoe, which is really awesome. And it's got an XLR interface. So I just plug the microphone directly in. It sounds awesome. It's simple. I don't have to sync anything up. And when I say I mean Sam and Scott don't have to sync anything up in editing. It's just whenever I hit record, I know both the audio and the video are recording. I really got clickbaited? What are you talking about? No, you didn't. This is a 2:1 ratio. This is the same aspect ratio that we shoot all of our YouTube videos in. It's specifically why I didn't use the phrase ultra wide, because ultra wide refers to what? 21:9, which we're not doing, and I didn't want to clickbait people and make people think we were doing 21:9. No, this is 2:1. This is more of a cinematic ratio. Will you be using it for the podcast as well? Does that mean it will be a video? Oh, if we do a podcast, we're 100% doing a video podcast. I don't see, unless you're doing, again, and there's always an exception to the rule, but unless you're an exception to the rule, I don't see any reason to do just an audio podcast. You can create so much more content with a video podcast by doing the exact same thing, right? Because you can take a video podcast, rip the audio, and throw it on Spotify as an audio podcast. So, but then this way you can also rip segments of it to post on YouTube and to TikTok and to Instagram and to all the different platforms and get so much more exposure that way because people love watching video. If you just do an audio podcast, you entirely limit the reach to only audio platforms, which are just not as browsed. Felt like I was watching one of your videos? Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of the live streams, is I'd like to give them, now that I'm here on YouTube, where people have a certain expectation for quality, I want to try giving my live streams more of a YouTube, more of a video feel. Especially since I don't do a ton of gaming. Once we get the place finished, I'll do some more gaming again. But because I do more, answering questions and conversational content on my live streams, I'd like to create them. I'd like to kind of blur the lines between live streams and videos. And so, yeah, that's why we're upping it to 1440p. It's kind of that perfect balance between higher resolution, better encoder, better quality, while also maintaining a pretty low latency. We just tested and I had 6 seconds of latency versus 20 seconds in 4K. Have you got Google Fiber all hooked up? No, I do not. Nope. Got to wait for them to finish putting the line in on the street, and it's going to take a couple months for that, and it's killing me. Congrats on being in the 100 Thieves vid. Just wait. That was just a teaser. We got something big coming up this week, but thank you very much. Nerdcast is a pretty successful audio-only podcast. If you go for an advanced audio editing, you can fully immerse the listener. It's not about not creating a good experience, because you can have, like, one of my favorite podcasts is How I Built This. Have you guys ever listen to How I Built This? It's an entrepreneurial podcast. It talks about people who, it's a conversation with people who are huge business creators, like the inventor, like the founder of Instagram, right? Or the founder of JetBlue, or like the founder of Stacy's Pita Chips, right? Just all these different industries and the people who built them. And it's a conversation. I love that podcast. I'm not saying you can't have a good audio only podcast. I'm just saying you limit your reach by doing that. And as someone who specializes in video, it would be really irresponsible for me to do an audio only podcast. 100 Thieves, Harris? No. No, just we got a collaborative thing going on with them soon. Just wait, you'll know. Will SteelSeries Arctis Pro, the wired version, work with Go XLR through the 3.5mm jack which comes with it? And if it did work, am I compromising on the audio quality? The wired version, I mean, any wired headphones, unless it's strict, like there are some headphones that are strictly USB headphones, those won't work. But if it has a 3.5mm headphone jack, sure. The only concern you should have with a wired headphone and a Go XLR is super low, what's the word I'm looking for? Or super high impedance headphones that you specifically need an amplifier for. If that's the case, I've never owned one of those. So I've never used one with a Go XLR. I don't actually know the best way to do it. It's going to be really quiet. I don't know how much amplification power the Go XLR has because it's not designed for studio high impedance headphones. Since when can we clip on YouTube Live? I think I've had the feature for a month or two. What do you think of the A7C and the new tiny G lenses? This one? This lens is great. I think a lens is just exactly what you need it to be. If a G lens is more what you need it to be than a G Master lens, then it's great. This is the 20mm. Dude, this lens is boss. I love this lens. Here's the thing with lenses, right? Let me give you an example. Let's pull this apart, right? I don't want to pull it apart for too long because the sensor is exposed on this thing. Let me show you. $800 lens. I think $2,200 lens, right? You can see this is a G lens because it's got the little black G. This is the G Master lens. It's got the red G on it, right? $800, 20. Let me look it up. Let me see how much this lens is. I want to get this right. How much is this lens? I have no idea. Sony GM24. Nope. 16 to 35. 2200. Perfect. No, that's a 22 to 70. There it goes. 16 to 35. $2,200. Okay. $800. $2,200. This lens is a 16 to 35, right? So it can go all the way wide to 16 mil, all the way out to 32 mil. Sorry, 35 mil. My brain is fried. As wide as you can to 16 mil, as narrow as you can. Just so, this is ultra wide. This would be like 16. This would be like 35, except this is a 12 to 24. But anyway, so it's like 16, 35, right? And it's f2.8 the entire time. So you have this range, right? If you were to put a graph where this direction, maybe, a line graph or whatever, where this direction was range at 16 to 35, and then it was the quality level, you would have a line that's from 16 to 35, excellent quality, all the way across. So let's say like bad, poor, medium, good, excellent. You'd have good quality, even high good quality, all the way from 16 to 35. Then you have this little guy, which would be 0 quality because it's only 20 mil. You can only do 20 mil, but it's f1.8 versus f2.8. It can go even wider on the aperture. You get an incredible look at 20 mil. This lens looks so good at 20 mil, but then doesn't do anything else. So you'd have this really low line for the $800 lens with a spike at the 20 mil point above the other lens and then back down and at 0 again. So lens, if that makes sense, I'm trying to like draw it for you, but I don't have any way. You know what? You guys want to draw it on here? I'm confusing all you guys. Here, let's do it on here. Watch this. We're gonna give you a visualization, okay? Just give me 1 second. We're gonna make this happen. Where do we want to do this? I love how there's an app called Procreate. Like you guys knew what you were doing, you know? There we go. Okay. So, let's zoom in here. All right? Let's give ourselves a graph. All right? This is going to be 16 mil right here. 35. That's not how you do a 5. 35 mil. All right? So this is super wide. This is super zoomed in, right? And you got quality. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not about to make this like, I'm not about to, you know what, sure. Quality. So with the G Master, we'll make it red because, how do you make this red? Here we go. Because it's the one with the little red G on it, right? You got super high quality all the way across. Equal quality from 16 to 35. This is why it's so expensive, because you get good quality all the way across the board here, right? Then you throw on this little G Master, this little $800 lens, which is still a fantastic lens. It's $800 is still a lot of money, right? Let's make this one gray because it's got a little gray G on it, right? It doesn't do 16 mil. It only does 20 mil. That's the only thing it does. So you got 0 quality, 0 quality, 0 quality, 0 quality. Really good quality at 20, the 0 quality, 0 quality. That's what this lens does. Does that make sense? It's better at this one point, and then it doesn't do anything anywhere else. It's a very specialized lens. And so when you do stuff like that, as long as what you're looking for is a 20 millimeter lens, it can be a better lens. It can be a better lens if that's exactly what you're looking for. Does that make sense? Did you guys follow that at all? But anyway, that's why this thing is $2,200, and frankly, like, if we really needed to, we could have gotten another $2,200 lens for this little guy, but 20 mil is all I needed. 20 mil is exactly what I wanted on this, and so I could spend a third of the cost and get a better shot, because that's exactly what I needed. You're a very specialized lens? Whatever, Brent. That wasn't Brent. Catskill. YouTube stream looks way better than Twitch. So, yes, YouTube is a much more robust platform. Twitch has a better latency experience. I would venture to say still, Twitch is a better live experience right now. Not saying Twitch has better quality live streams, but the overall experience, except for one thing in particular, I would say Twitch has an overall better live stream experience. Is this between Senpai Records and 100 Thieves? Are you and them? I can't say anything. I see the new house is looking good. Well, upstairs is looking good. The basement still looks like, you know, this place. The main thing where YouTube, I think, creates a better experience for live streaming is being able to turn off ads. I will stand by that, 100%. That gives YouTube a significantly better experience on that front. I have all my ads turned off for live streaming because I turned it on for one stream. I wanted to see how much money I would make on one stream if I turned on ads. And it made me like $2. And that is not worth getting every new person who jumps in here hit with an ad. It's not worth it. So in that moment, I love that you can turn off ads. What's your thoughts on the Sony A1? I want it, but I'm bummed that it doesn't have a flip out screen. Otherwise, like, I would get it and that would be my vlogging camera. That would be like, I would take it everywhere with me. I want the A1 to be able to vlog and to take photos. But at the moment it doesn't have a flip out screen and you can't use it this direction at all, it loses all of its functionality for me as a YouTuber. We're still probably going to get one for the studio, but I wanted a camera where I could take incredible photos and incredible video, and that's not it. It's not it because of that. So better latency would be better. YouTube needs to add a ton of things. YouTube needs to add better mod experience. They need to add gifted subs. They need to add a better chat experience. They're getting there. But YouTube has more to work on than just streams. Twitch does nothing but streaming, so they can focus on making the streaming experience really great. But I would say the reason that streaming quality looks better on YouTube than on Twitch is for two reasons. One is because Twitch streamers in general have a lower quality of production than YouTubers. YouTubers know how high the bar is, and YouTubers know how to get nice cameras and how to set them up and how to set up good lighting and how to do all the things that make the videos look good, whereas streamers focus more on playing video games, right? Is that fair? And it's not meant to be a dig. It's just, this is why, like, I could make this stream not look as good. I could make this stream look way worse than a YouTube stream, or than a Twitch stream. Does the A7S III and the A7C limit your audio gain control in manual exposure? My A6400 won't let me adjust microphone gain in manual exposure, and it's frustrating. I have everything set to automatic all the time anyway. I hate manual control of gain because I always forget something. Like, don't get me wrong, I love having control over what I'm doing, but sometimes having control and having to remember all the different things I'm controlling ends up hurting me. I forget to turn down the gain when I get close to the microphone or whatever, and there's always a part where it's either too low and like I'm too quiet and we have to boost it up and you hear a lot of noise, or I'm too loud and I'm peaking the microphone. So I always have everything set to automatic. I never have manual gain set. Does Twitch have any copyright on chat elements? I have no idea what that even means. YouTube just needs time. There's a vastly different experience between Twitch and YouTube. And I think a lot of Twitch streamers are used to how Twitch works and they're afraid to come over to YouTube because they don't realize that it's a completely different experience. And the people who have learned to succeed on Twitch and are at the top of Twitch don't want to have to learn a new system and move over, because you can't succeed on Twitch. You can't succeed on YouTube the same way you succeed on Twitch. It doesn't work that way. YouTube needs to add it so you can change the timeout time instead of the preset time. I don't know the preset time, but I agree. I wish they had buttons for, like, instead of the preset time of 24 hours, yeah, you need multiple timeouts. They really just need to make clicking on the name do the exact same thing as when you do it on Twitch. What do you think about Aiden Ross? Someone asked me that last stream. Why do you guys want to know what I think about Aiden Ross? I've never watched the guy. I don't know. I obviously, with all the drama that blew up about him, like, he could be a really nice guy. So I have no idea. I don't think it's important that I have an opinion on a random person that I don't know. That's my opinion. It's 3 a.m., dude. Geek. Have a good one, man. Thanks for being here. What do you think about a vid about mic preamps, FetHead, Cloudlifter, and other alternatives? I think there are enough audio devices that don't require those that I don't see. I genuinely don't see a use for them for streamers. There are microphones that don't require that much gain that can sound just as good on stream as the microphones that do. And when I say, obviously we're talking about the SM7B, I don't think an SM7B is necessary. I think it adds extra trouble, extra cost. You need extra equipment, or you need, even with it, you can buy a Go XLR and you can power it just fine. You don't need a Cloudlifter. So even with the microphone that generally needs a Cloudlifter, you don't need a Cloudlifter to stream. But on top of that, there are so many alternatives that absolutely don't need it that I just can't justify making a video specifically on preamps that caters to such a small demographic of people that frankly only need it because they're doing something wrong. If I were to do a video on preamps, I'd say, stop putting yourself in a situation where you need a preamp. If you're going to buy an SM7B, get an audio interface that can power it. Get a Go XLR, then you don't need it. For everyone who doesn't have an SM7B yet, don't buy it. What's a good USB that has very low latency for audio? Good, what, USB mic? I don't know of any USB mics that have serious latency. Can you list couples microphone brands? List a couple microphone brands? Like USB or XLR, like studio microphones, streaming microphones? That's a very weird question. I have no idea what you're asking me there. What? Blue, Elgato, I don't know. HyperX makes one. What's your plan with Senpai Tech? Been following you for a long time as a software engineer. Super interested in what you're going to build. We're figuring that out right now. We've got a couple projects we're working on. I don't want to talk about what they are. I need to pivot one of them because I'm not happy with the direction that it's looking like it's going to go. Senpai Tech is going to be a while until something is actually like released to the public. It's a space that I've wanted to be in for a while, and I know it'll be, if I can build it into a legitimate software development company, I know it'll be a very powerful tool. The problem I'm having with Senpai Tech is, do I want to build, do I specialize, Do I, like Elgato has their own software developers. Who do a very specific thing, right? They make control software interfaces for streaming products, right? And that's all they do. So if you're going to do something like that, you only need a couple developers. I don't know how many they have, but they can get those people that specialize in that one thing and you don't need anything else, right? Senpai Tech is a much more general idea right now, and I'll have this software idea and this software idea and this software idea. And the question is like, do I build a team large enough that can do all those different things and I can put these people on this team and hey, I got these guys for this thing? Or do I contract out local teams that are available for you to find, hey, this group over here does this. I can contract that group to do this project and I reach out. I don't actually have developers of my own. Or do I build a team large enough that not only can I do my own projects, but I can contract them out to other projects? There's so many things to decide. And it's kind of one of those, like, I need to pick a project. I think rather than trying to decide on that now when I've never been in the space before, I need to choose one of my projects that I want to do that I think will be the most valuable to my audience, to you guys. And I need to find the best avenue of making that a thing and kind of see where it goes from there. Rather than focusing on the how before I figured out the what, I need to figure out the what first, and the how will kind of present itself. I think that's what seems to have worked for me for the most part. And I think when you do it that way, you start a project with an end goal in mind, and you end up accomplishing more than focusing too much on every stepping stone without enough of a clear vision of where you're headed. What are your thoughts on the Twitch affiliate program? I don't think there's anything wrong with signing up for the Twitch affiliate program. I've seen Twitch. Like, I know the big reason people say not to join the Twitch affiliate program. There are two things to be concerned about joining the Twitch affiliate program. One of them is a real concern, which is as soon as you join the Twitch affiliate program, sure, you can start making money, but you also get ads on all your videos, and you drive a lot of new people away. I don't think that's a huge concern, considering the only people that hurt are I hate the ads on Twitch, but everybody gets ads. So it's just kind of, it is what it is, right? Eventually, you're going to need to get ads if you want this to be a career. It's just the way it goes. The other problem I've heard is you join the affiliate program, there's all these things in the contract. And as someone who's been screwed over by the Twitch partner contract, I get that. As an affiliate, I don't think any of those things really apply. I've never, ever seen an affiliate try to stream somewhere else and get in trouble from Twitch for it. They just don't have the time. They don't have the eyeballs And frankly, it's not their priority to make sure every single Twitch affiliate isn't streaming anywhere else, you know? So I'm not super concerned about that. And before Harris makes the next Go line, no, there's some teams out there making some awesome stuff coming soon that there's no reason for me to try to compete with them. As Devin Nash said, the money affiliates normally earn is not enough for the inability to restream and create content other places. I don't think it prevents you from doing that. I've never seen it, like, until I see that happen, that's not going to be a concern. There are always going to be things, and look, a lawyer is going to disagree with me. I like to think very practically. I've never seen an affiliate get in trouble for restreaming. I've known partners. I knew partners who left Twitch for Mixer when Ninja and Shroud did and came back and still had their partnership. They were small partners. But unless you are like, you know, it was like a 5 to 10 viewer partner, someone who had blown up and then wasn't able to maintain the growth and had gone back down to 5 to 10, but they still had their check mark, right? They were still a partner. I'm just telling you, if they're not going after small partners, they're not going after affiliates. And maybe one day they will. Like, I remember 3 years ago when someone was like, should I worry about playing music? I was like, nah. Before they're going to go after you, they're going to go after big streamers. And that was true. But I still said, like, it's not anything you have to worry about right now because it wasn't happening. And maybe it'll happen in the future. Maybe in the future, Twitch will start cracking down. But Twitch has so many people streaming right now, they have to worry about their partners. They don't have time to scan every single affiliate and see who's streaming on another platform. I think that is a scare tactic done by a couple other streaming advice people who are trying to say, listen to me, look, I'm protecting you. Look, I know the answers and I know there is legitimacy behind them, but it's never, ever been a problem before. And so I think if you're avoiding signing the affiliate program for that, I think you are so hyper-focused on a tiny non-issue that you're losing out on huge opportunities, if that makes sense. It's like people who ask, by the way, Chongish, thank you for the super chat, or the super sticker, I guess they're called. But yeah, it's like when people ask me like, hey, am I streaming the right game? Like, if your first question is what game are you streaming, it's not that it's not a thing. Like, that's always going to have some kind of impact, like a micro impact on your channel. But it's such a smaller impact. Hold on, the AC just kicked on. It's going to get loud. Let me turn it off. It's such a non-issue compared to all the other ways you need to grow your stream that if anything else, thinking about that is just a distraction that's going to hurt you more than anything. I think your Discord link is outdated. Is it? In the description below? I'll have to check it out. There are plenty of partners who stream and upload stream content on YouTube within 24 hours. So they're talking about restreaming. Restreaming is the big one that people talk about, which again, I have never seen a single person benefit from restreaming. I don't think anyone ever will. So if you're concerned about, it's also really weird. The same people who say you should restream are the same people who say there is no exposure, there's no growth by being live. So it's this weird, you can't say both those things because if one is true, the other has to be untrue, right? I've never seen, and it's, the bottom line is I've never seen a single person grow by restreaming. It's never happened, and I don't think it ever will. You can see people who are, you know, I've looked at like stream. Whenever I say that, someone's like, well, what about this person, the platform agnostic streamer? And I go and I check out their profile and they have like 200,000 followers on Twitter and a ton of followers on Twitch or whatever. But I go and look at their stats and that their growth happened forever ago. They blew up. And then they became platform agnostic and started restreaming and their numbers died and they really only stream for 10 to 20 people. Even though they have 400,000 followers on Twitch, they only stream for 10 to 20 people. But because people get so hyper focused on the followers, they think that it's a successful endeavor. Follower count, by the way, follower count doesn't matter. Just so you know. Follower count doesn't matter. Growth is important. Engagement is important. Viewership is important. How many people are actually watching what you're doing? That's what matters. It didn't work because I'm already on the Discord server? Okay. What's your advice for streaming and YouTube? That's a very broad question. Dude, I called someone out on Twitter. Can I be honest with you guys? I try to stay unbiased. I hate Facebook. I very much dislike Facebook. I don't think anyone should stream on Facebook. We sit here and we talk about how we don't trust Facebook with our data, but then for some reason we trust them with our careers. I don't like Facebook. And I'm a little bit biased because they've been a nightmare to work with for stream beats. I hate that every day, not every day, a couple times a week I get someone tweeting at me saying my live streams on Facebook got shut down and I was using stream beats. I thought you said it was copyright free. Streambeats is copyright free. You're allowed to use Streambeats everywhere. You have a license. The problem is every platform has their own copyright preventative measures, and Facebook's is super aggressive. I would venture to say the most aggressive. But they also have zero whitelisting capabilities. So they hear my music, and I haven't whitelisted it with Facebook because I've had multiple conversations with Facebook to try to get it whitelisted. And I'll talk with someone in the music licensing area and they'll be like, hey, I think I figured out who you need to talk to. Let me get you connected. And then they ghost me. I've been ghosted by Facebook multiple. I'll reach out again and be like, hey, following up on this, did you ever figure out who I was supposed to talk to? And they'll just ghost me. And they don't have a system to whitelist like YouTube does. There's nothing I can do to make my stuff safe on Facebook. And I've tweeted out about it multiple times. But people aren't going to go back and look through my tweets to find that. It's on the Streambeats Discord. I post it everywhere I can. And I still get a couple tweets a week saying that. And today, King Gathalion, who, as you guys know, is a big Facebook streamer, tagged me in someone else's complaint. And I responded and said basically what I said there. It's a problem. They have a super aggressive copyright prevention system and zero way to whitelist on it. So my stuff is safe, but I have no way to let Facebook know that it's safe. And every time I try to talk with them, I just get ghosted halfway through the conversation. And someone responded, and I'm so irritated about this. Someone responded and said, someone from Facebook says, we do have a system for rights management, and left a link. After I said all that, we do have a system for rights management, and sent a link. The link has literally nothing to do with music whitelisting. It's about protecting your own. If I were to post videos and people were stealing them, it's for me to protect my own video or photos. That's all it is. And he tweeted that, straight up gaslighting me. Why would you publicly say that you can't whitelist your stuff? There's a link right here, and it has nothing to do with it. They were publicly dishonest. I have had so many conversations with Facebook. I've been trying for a year. We are programming our own solution for this right now. And Facebook came on to try to gaslight me and say, what are you talking about? The solution's right here. Why you shouldn't say things like this publicly. I was so mad. So mad. I called him out for it. I posted a screenshot of where that link goes, showing this has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. I don't like Facebook. Nobody should stream on Facebook. Nobody should use Facebook. It's a platform that harvests your data for money, and yet we trust them with our careers. Widescreen? This is widescreen. This is a 2:1 ratio. It's not ultra wide. That's why I didn't say ultra wide in the description, but it's a more cinematic screen ratio. I wanted to give it a shot. You just describe the entire internet? Facebook takes it to another level though. I stopped using Facebook almost 2 years ago. Well, it's just the bottom line is like YouTube, like no platform cares about you. It's important we get this straight. Twitch doesn't care about you. Facebook doesn't care about you. YouTube doesn't care about you. They're not going to. They care about what makes them a successful business because they're business. And frankly, as a business owner myself, that is what they should care about. That's the most important thing. Fits iPhone screen full perfectly. Yeah, that was kind of the goal, is that it fits out the it fills out the iPhone and everything. Anyway, the point is like Twitch and YouTube have to cater to content creators at least a certain amount, because that's where the entirety of their income, their revenue comes from. Facebook doesn't have to do that. Facebook makes all of their money from running ads on, your aunts and uncles arguing about Donald Trump, right? Like that's where they don't make their money from content creators. So if they're going to make decisions, it's going to be to protect their bottom line. They're going to throw their creators under the bus first, which is what they do. That's why their copyright system is so aggressive, and they haven't bothered to make a good system to whitelist things because there's just no reason for them to. Like, why would they? I could never trust a content career on a platform where content creation is not their top priority. I couldn't do that. My favorite content creators, aunts and uncles. Yo, Q Cats Ninja. Thank you. Yes, guys. If you're here, hit the like button. Helps out a lot. Anyway, sorry for going on a rant about Facebook. I was fuming this morning when a Facebook employee tried to gaslight me and lie about their music rights management system. I was so mad. Like, I've tried to deal with this for so long. Tried to fix this. And I get hit with a roadblock at every turn because it's as of right now, it's just not really fixable. We're going through two different things that might fix it in the future, but one of them requires us to literally program our own code. The other one requires a massive, like we're negotiating a huge contract with another company right now that might be able to help us out with it. We'll see. Looking for any help with Senpai Tech? Not at the moment. I have a good amount of experience in startups. Love to help realize your vision. I mean, tweet at me. Send me your resume. Let me see what you've been doing. I'm always open to hearing from people who are smarter than me, and I know there are a lot of them. You deserve better? It's not that I deserve better. I don't want to say that. Thank you. That's very nice of you. I don't think I deserve better. It's not like I deserve special treatment. I just think, in general, the way that Facebook is run is not conducive to content creation. Are you and Kenzie going to do music together again soon? Actually, we're probably shooting a short today at the piano. We've got a piano in our home. We got a little piano room that I learned. Dude, there's a Stream Beats song that's so beautiful. It's from the Ambient album. It's called like Journey to a Faraway Land or something. If you guys haven't heard it, dude, it's so beautiful. And so, but it requires more than one person to play. And so Kenzie and I are going to play it together. What's the exact number of times Goku screams? I don't know. Do you know? Is this 18 by 9? It is 18 by 9. Or 2 by 1? Yep. Have you listened to Nerdcore? I have no idea what that is. Just wondering if the What's Playing widget is not in the Discord anymore. Couldn't find it in your server or Sam's. Is it not? Should be. I didn't delete it. Check the Streambeats Discord if it's not in the Alpha Gaming one. We're in the middle of potentially kind of redoing all the servers, making some changes. Don't change the thumbnail. It's perfect. I'm not planning on changing the thumbnail. Is Streambeats on Apple Music? It is on Apple Music. I'm so annoying. Any metal news? Like metal Streambeats? I want to do some stuff. No news on it yet. Guys, we got a big week coming up. I had a little bit of a stressed out morning. I've got a lot to shoot. Literally, I have to shoot 4 videos in the next like 2 days. And wait, no. 5. And what we'll say in the next 3 days. And at the same time, I'm doing a Japanese lesson every single day. And it's gotten a little overwhelming. We'll see. I might have to cancel a Monday or Wednesday stream. Maybe Monday. Maybe we'll cancel Monday's stream. And because by the time Wednesday comes around, I should be done filming. So that's probably what we'll do just so I can get everything done. 18:9 is perfect for most smartphones. I agree. Is Sam the only person on your editing team? No. Scott was in the last video we posted. If you guys haven't watched the last video, you should check it out. What do you do for physical well-being? Like working out? We got a Peloton that I haven't used in a while. I haven't been to the gym in a while just because I haven't had time. I used to go to the gym every day. Now I've just injured myself so many times. I'm in physical therapy so much right now. What's your opinion on the Blue Yeti Nano? It's a great mic. It's not my favorite just because I like the hardware a lot, but at the end of the day, software, Blue needs to really update their software. All of them need to update their software. The fact that Elgato came out with a Wave mic over a year ago and they're still the only ones that have done anything like that is mind-blowing to me. So, I don't know. I'm learning Japanese too. What would you say is the most difficult thing about the Japanese language? Is the fact that it's literally the exact opposite of English. The entire sentence structure is reversed. PodMic opinion? PodMic's great. Done whole videos on it. You put the verb at the end of the sentence. Basically, if you want to translate a sentence from English to Japanese, you have to take the last words and like literally take the entire sentence and flip it around. So until you learn to not only, like, you can't just translate the sentence in real time in your head very well unless you are accustomed to it and you've actually swapped your brain backwards. That's my opinion. Another big thing about it is because it's such a vastly different language, like Latin languages have the same roots, right? And even though they have different sounds, they still have very similar flow and cadences to them, right? Whereas just in general, Eastern Asian languages like Chinese and Japanese, the sounds are so foreign to us that a lot of words, when you're hearing them for the first time, they sound the same. It's hard to distinguish the differences in sounds and the differences in words. Like a Japanese word just sounds like a Japanese word until you get really used to it. And so getting your brain accustomed to the phonetics of the Japanese language and being able to hear words is really difficult. Can you say something in Japanese? Nanika. Did you go to Japanese on a mission? No, I wish. Nope. Sounds like you haven't watched enough anime. Dude, I really thought anime would help more. It does not. It does not. Why are you learning Japanese? So, the reason I'm learning Japanese, the reason that kicked it off, I had an interest in it just because of anime, like 5 years ago. And I dabbled in it. I bought Rosetta Stone, and I kind of like learned a couple words, blah, 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 blah. And then I was invited to E3 when Breath of the Wild was being announced, right? I got to go backstage. I got to try it early. It was when they had the big Breath of the Wild booth, and I was trying to vlog, but at the same time, my biggest audience was probably on Snapchat. That's what I was doing a lot of Snapchat art. And I checked Snapchat and I saw another Snapchatter friend of mine got to interview Shigeru Miyamoto about Zelda. And he had to do it with a translator between them. And I was so mad at myself. I was saying, like, if I had just taken this more seriously and actually learned the language, I probably would have been the one to interview him because I could have actually spoken with him, you know? And so I felt like I'd let myself down, and I decided I was going to learn to speak the language that day. And I'm still going at it 5 years later. I've been taking private lessons for 2.5 years now. What aspect ratio is this? 2-to-1 or 18-to-9? 18:9. What if I told you listening to Japanese music helps? I listen to a lot of Japanese music. I listen to a lot of Lisa, a lot of Baby Metal, Stereo Pony. Not a lot, I guess, but some. Wiring the House of Cat 6? Oh, yeah. You know. Anyway, guys, I got to get to work on this next video. Thank you for hanging out with me and experimenting with this ultra-wide setting. That's awesome. It worked. I'm happy with it. The quality looks incredible. We're streaming at 13,000 kilobits per second, which I'm really happy that YouTube allows you to increase the bitrate like that, which helps a lot with the quality. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me test this. Thanks for being a part of it. Like I said earlier, I might be skipping Monday's stream just to get all these videos done. I got to shoot 5 videos in the next couple days. So wish me luck. What lens is the 12-to-24 Sony G Master? Guys, I love you. Have an awesome day. I will see you all throughout the week. Some big, seriously guys, big stuff going on this week on YouTube. Keep an eye out, please. I'll see you around.